up. Hopefully I'll be able to strip down a little bit so you can see me a little bit better. So program A, supersets. Your first movement is going to be a muscular endurance movement. So it's going to be a combination upper and lower with a fairly easy resistance, but a kind of a complicated movement where you can do 12 to 20 reps. That's the goal on the first movement is 12 to 20 reps. And the tempo is quick but controlled, so there's no plyometrics or anything like that in it, but it's not a slow 202 tempo either. And then your second movement is going to be a stability challenge. And for that one, you're going with somewhere between 10 and 15 reps with a tempo of 3, 2, 1. So with those, we're going to be incorporating the BOSU, stability ball, some kind of balance challenge. So I'm keeping the core pretty simple because actually the first couple things are totally new, where you're going to set yourself up with one of your resistance, two of your resistance bands. I'd say your orange one for the first movement and the red one for the second, just so you don't have to switch them out. The band attached opposite arm leg reach. So I'm set up here the way I would suggest you set yourself up, which is your mirror is here, your mat's close to the mirror, and your bench is on the outside of you. And from here, it's still an opposite arm leg reach, but you're just going to work one side. You've got the resistance of the band to challenge your core further. So while you're doing this movement, you should just kind of give a little glance over at the mirror and make sure that your hips aren't dropping or hiking as you're doing the movement. So first off, I've got the band in the right arm, and I could probably do a little more tension, so I'm going to walk away from my anchor a little bit more. The left hand's directly underneath my shoulder, my back's nice and flat, and I'm going to extend out and back down, and I'm not touching the ground with my knee when I come back down. So extend and together, extend and together, extend. So this hand should end up pretty much in front of the shoulder. My starting position, my anchor and my hand with the bent elbow are in line with one another. And then I'll switch sides, and I have to pull the mat away just a little bit. And this side's always a little bit harder for me. And then when you go and do your second set, you're going to flip yourself around so that you have the anchor close and the anchor far on both sides. If that makes sense. So you're doing supersets between that and a single leg bridge with a band overhead extension. So I'm just going to switch you don't need to switch your mat, you just need to see me better. So I'm going to switch my mat. I'm going to grab the red band. You're going to start with both feet planted, band in the hands, just a little bit of a tension on the band. You're going to come up into your bridge, extend one leg up, extend the arm overhead. So the ideal with the arm extension is you need to use your abs a little bit more, because normally your hands would be on the ground and your arms would be supporting you. And also, just to kind of warm up the shoulders a little bit, I'm placing some tension on the outside of the band. So I'm using those shoulders. Everything comes down. Everything comes down. Bridge up, leg up, arm extends overhead. So just like with the opposite arm leg reach, you're focusing on squeezing that left glute, keeping the hips level, not letting them rotate. So again, you're going to go through that superset 2 times. Then we've got a side plank, elbow to knee. I'm going to back up a little bit. Back up a little bit so you can see me a little bit better. I think this is a new movement. So we're just adding an additional challenge and a little more oblique engagement on one side for your side plank. So You got your side plank set up, top arm up, come up into your side plank. Once you're here, we're focusing on working these obliques, elbow to knee, and then everything back down. Big side plank, elbow to knee, and back down. So everything comes down together. Notice I don't go and collapse, so it's nice and controlled. So you'll do all your reps on one side and then switch. Then we have, all right, so you got a forearm plank, feet fairly wide apart, and you're gonna roll the ball away. Thinking about keeping those shoulders really engaged. You're not rounding out in the back. You're not flattening through the shoulder blades either. Shoulder blades should be nice and flat. 3, 4, going for 10, 5, right? So you're gonna superset that and the side plank, and that concludes your core. The back is gonna be the focus of your first 2 supersets. With the band, I've got the orange band doubles. Grab the band with your palms facing up, and then twist it so that your thumbs are up, right? So you're gonna be doing a reverse lunge pull apart. So pull apart is like a reverse fly, thinking about squeezing the shoulder blades together. So if I said 12 to 20 reps, that's 12 to 20 pull aparts. So alternating lunge, pull apart as you bring your feet together. So as you push off the ground, pull apart. So they're about chest height. Arms are nice and long. So if this is too much resistance, you might go red band, single strand, okay? Then for your core and balance challenge, feet up Bosu. You're gonna be doing a forward lunge. Everything's gonna be on one side and then switch. You're just holding onto one dumbbell. You've got a forward lunge. Find yourself at the center of that Bosu. The back leg is nice and long, abs are engaged. Row, quick on the way up, slow on the way down, and press away. Again, quick on the way up, slow on the way down, and press away. You use your other arm on the balance, and that's your first strength stability combo. So, next combination for chest. At the cable, you're going to set your handle up at shoulder height with a weight that's not too challenging at first. Maybe go for more like the 15 to 20 rep range first week through, and then try to challenge yourself a little bit further on sequential weeks. You're going to start with a little bit of bend in the elbow, hands right behind the anchor. You're going to give me a big lunge, lateral lunge to the left. And then as you bring your feet back together, press. 2, 3. So you've got all of your reps, obviously, on one side, and you're thinking about not rotating, so making sure when you're pressing that those hips are nice and squared off. So all your reps on one side, and then switch. And then, push-ups. So that one's your tempo one, controlled but fairly quick. And then this one's your slow controlled. So it's going to be, we're going to add a mountain climber in the middle. So you get a little bit of recovery between each push-up, hopefully allowing you to build to actually more than 15 reps. Weight's nicely centered over the Bosu, shoulders are squared off, back is not rounded, you're not sinking through the shoulder blades, right? So slow, 2, 3, pause, 2, press, mountain climber. Slow, 2, 3, pause, 2, press, lead with the other knee. Slow, 2, 3, pause, 2, press. So notice that even the mountain climbers are nice and controlled. All right, focusing on legs next. Your first movement, higher intensity, lower weight, at least 12 reps per leg. I'm having you holding onto a medicine ball. So you've got your bench, you're doing a step up, pressing overhead with the medicine ball, come back down, cross behind, reach in the direction that you're lunging. Cross behind. Don't have a medicine ball with me, so I've got 12 reps on one side and then the other. It's not so much about the weight of the medicine ball, it's just adding that extra movement, increases the heart rate and gives it a little bit more of a challenge using more muscles. Then we've got your Bosu, forward lunge, then balancing with a bicep curl. So you're holding on to 2 dumbbells. Level ground here. Let's see. Sorry. Okay. That's better. Okay. So, nice big lunge forward. Curl as you press away and balance. Lunge it forward. Woo. Forward, same leg, press away and balance. Forward, press away and balance. So that's your 10 to 15 rep movement. Finishing off with shoulders and triceps. We've got a little bit of bicep in on this program, and I think last month there wasn't a lot of arm stuff, so throwing that in here also to counter doing biceps, I try to also work triceps. So, the first one is going to be a band squat with overhead press, and you're pressing up and out, and then you're going to set yourself up prone on a stability ball, elbows up high, and tricep kickbacks. Quick on the way out, slow on the way back. So I'm starting with an orange band. I'm giving you potential to work with either, but being that this is higher reps, probably gonna be going with the orange, right? So make sure that band's square, balls of the arches of your feet. Hands start right in front of the shoulders. Again, we're going for tempo, so it should be fairly quick. Squat and press. Squat and press. Make sure you got your breathing under control. Watching your knees, they're not heaving in, they're not going out either, okay? So watch yourself in the mirror on that one. And then you're gonna wanna set yourself up with, I think I said 5 to 8 pound dumbbells, feet against the wall, belly on the ball. Let's see. Try to use this bench as support. Not big dumbbells. All right. Neutral back. You're not doing back extension. Neutral back. Use your abs, your glutes, your legs to maintain and hold this position. With those dumbbells, eyes are looking down, so you got a neutral spine. You're not up here, you're not down here. Big lift. Keep those elbows up. Quick on the way out, slow on the way back. Quick on the way out, slow on the way back. So again, you should be working with your weight, but you can only do 10 to maximum 15 minutes. And that wraps up this program. Is there anything else? I feel like based on the number of single arm type movements, probably not going to have time to get through anything more than 3 sets of everything. But program B will be doing a little more volume. So I'd say if you wanted to, if you go through it 1 week and you're like, I could use a little more, I could fill up the time a little bit more, I'd say add to your core work. Add to your warm up and your core work up front in the beginning. All right? So let's